Hello, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony Chainsaw, and I love discussing food, fashion, frights, and everything else in between. Today, I wanted to talk to you about 5 shape-shifting women of horror. So, I have 5 movie recommendations for you. If you'd like, I have them for you right now. The first one that I wanted to bring up is Hiss. That is 2010's Hiss. Basically, this movie is about a woman that has been taken away from her spouse, and she's trying to reconnect to him. And she's trying to find her spouse by any means necessary because she knows that he's been kidnapped and he's in danger. And in her trying to find her love, there is, of course, a villain, and she has to encounter him, and there's a fight for survival. Very well done film. I think it was done in India. So I just want to recommend that. My first movie recommendation, Hiss. That's Hiss. The film was basically shot back in 2010. So check that one out. A good watch. The second film that I do have for recommendation, that is Lair of the White Worm. Lair of the White Worm was actually written back in, that film was done back in 1988. So yeah, I think there's something about the 1980s films that just really speaks to me. Horror was done very well back then in the day. So Lair of the White Worm is a really good film about this neighbor, and she has a certain je ne sais quoi mystery about her, and she kind of sets her sights on this gentleman, and things become interesting. So I don't want to really put that out, but I'm sure you can put it together by the theme, well, the name of the the title of the movie, Lair of the White Worm. Remember, that movie was written back in 1988. It's a good watch, so please check that one out. The third movie that I have for a movie recommendation, that would be Wasp Woman 1995. Now that is kind of like a B movie. There was a movie version, black and white movie version back in the 1950s about Wasp Woman. Well, this is a newer version of it. The one that was done back in 1995 about a woman who has this beauty serum that she's trying out. And unfortunately, there is some, I guess you would say, some type of allergic reaction that encounters, and boy, those side effects are serious. Let's just keep it at that, but I'm sure you can figure out with the title, Wasp Woman, exactly what may have happened. So it's, like I said, it's kind of a B film, you know, back in 1995. It's a fun watch if you want to watch something different about shape-shifting. I would definitely check that film out. So the fourth movie recommendation that I have for you, this is Cat People. Cat People, that was back in 1982. Like I told you, it's something about those films back in the 80s that just really did it for me. This was a very, very good film. Basically, it's about a woman that comes to America, comes to, I guess, America, but she comes to America just trying to get away from her past, and, just things that are, they're a mystery, because, you see this woman, beautiful woman back in the 80s, just doing her thing, trying to have a new fresh start on life and everything. And she's also trying to stay away from something. And during all of that, she becomes friends with this gentleman, and they fall in love, and she's trying to keep her secret, but unfortunately it comes out. And in that there's an adventure of her trying to survive, trying to live with this secret, and also get away from her past. It's a lot going on. But it was a very, very well made film. Very good. I really enjoyed it. It almost kind of reminded me of that vampire movie that David Bowie was in back in the day. It kind of gave me that same kind of feel to it. But if you can, please check that out. Cat People, 1982. Very well made film. The fifth film that I have for you is Dear Woman. Now, this was made from the Masters of Horror series. So if you've ever seen the Masters of Horror, it's one of the episodes in that series. I thought this film was very well done. It was cute. You know, it's just like another one of those B-type films, but it was about shape shifting, and I thought you may appreciate it. So if you get a chance, please check out these films. I'll go through the list again for you just so you have them. The first one is Hiss. The second one is Lair of the White Worm. The third one is Wasp Woman. The fourth one is, and the fifth one was Dear Woman. Okay, so those are the 5 films. I'm going to go through them really quickly again so I make sure that you have the dates on these films. His was 2010. Lair of the White Worm, that one was made back in 1988. Wasp Woman was made back in 1995. Cat People was made back in 1982. And Dear Woman was made back in 2005. So I hope that that has been a help to each and every one of you guys. If you happen to have any questions, please comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your time. And if you can, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. I'd love to have you guys join my community. Until then, this is Ebony Chainsaw, and I'm out. Peace out.